As the Lord's Prayer continues, we come across one of the great theological playing cards of the Bible, the name of God. So this is the Sermon on the Mount, and hallowed be thy name. Many of us have learnt the second line of the Lord's Prayer as, hallowed be thy name. The reality, though, in 21st century America is we don't really use the word hallowed very much. And in fact, to many people, it's strange and unclear what it means that God's name is to be hallowed. So how can we explain this? Really, hallowed is another way of just trying to capture the holiness of God's name. There was a great tradition in the Bible of God's name being holy. In fact, it's given first to Moses in kind of one of the holiest of settings. The bush lights on fire. Moses is made to remove his sandals because he walks on holy ground. And the name of God is given. And it's not even really a name. I will be what I will be. It's kind of almost a statement of, you can never fully actually know who I am. There's too much to who I am. So there is, from the beginning of the divine name being given to the people of God, an understanding that it is something different, mysterious. It needs to be approached with reverence. And it signifies how different God is to everything in creation. This is why we say the name is holy. Holy literally meaning a word that is set apart. It is different. We can't really fully know it because of that. And the name is treated with incredible reverence all the way through the Old Testament. In fact, eventually the Jews would develop a tradition in which they would never say the name of God out loud. They would simply say the word Adonai, Lord, in its place. It was this distinctiveness, this set-apartedness of the name of God that signified God was a being to be worshipped. God was the being to commit to. And so in many ways, when we say, hallowed be thy name, we're carrying on this tradition of saying the name signifies something. It signifies how different God is. It signifies how unique God is, how he is outside of creation. In many ways, it signifies his power. And there's a reverence to which we approach it. So we could translate this line of the Lord's Prayer as, let your name be sanctified, or let your name be holy, let your name be set apart. All of those translations would capture the essence of the Greek here. And what we're trying to capture is a reverence for who God is. Because the name is supposed to be the embodiment of who God is, knowing that we can never fully understand that. In short, when we say, let your name be holy, we're saying, God, you will be the only God we worship. You will be the only being we worship. We reject idols. We reject revering other things, people's idols. You are our guide and our lead, God. See, here's the thing. What you revere is what you will be molded and shaped into. If we revere humans with all their sin and their struggles, no matter how great their achievements may be, we will become like them, including those failings. But in God, we do not have that. God is holy, set apart, and we revere him. He is the creator, and if we revere him, we become more like him. We pursue wholeness, completeness. We pursue that teleos. What you revere is what you will become like. So revere God, who is whole and complete, because it's there you'll find flourishing. And if you want to achieve that flourishing, if you want to achieve that wholeness, that completeness, you must embrace the holiness of God's name and revere Him and worship Him and Him alone. Because that is what will mold you and form you and shape you into the whole and complete being who can flourish.